What's up, fisher people? My brother's back for day 2, and then we were driving down the road in Garrison, and we saw this guy with a red sweatshirt standing on the side of the road with his thumb up and a Mega Live in his hand and said, hey, you guys going fishing? And I normally don't pick up hitchhikers, but I went with my instinct on this one. Saddle up, partner.
Saddle up, partner.
See if we can back up yesterday's performance.
Beautiful fish. Look at that thing.
With some more fall hogs today, or just a lot of fish in general. Brandon's gonna grind the jigging wraps, and I'm gonna give the minnows a real good shake today. I want to see if I can outdo his jigging wrap with my minnow. That's my main goal today.
I bet you can.
I think it's gonna be a jig and minnow day.
It does kind of feel like that. How calm it is.
Yeah. Anybody got a bite yet?
Nope.
No? Okay. Fish. Good fish. Big fish. Really big fish. You got a net? This is a toad.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I did not expect that already. Goodness sakes. Just trying to do a little intro. Absolutely crushed that minnow. Did I say it was going to be a jig and minnow day, Brandon? Did I
concurred.
say it? Did I say it? I think I said it. Come on, fish. Stay buttoned. Stay buttoned. Oh, buddy. Be a walleye. Biggest fish I ever caught in an intro.
Oh my goodness.
That's how you start a video.
It's a decent walleye. Ooh.
That's fun. Fish?
Yep.
Yeah, look.
That's a nice fish.
Nice fish, Randy. In the middle of my banana.
All the cameras. All the cameras. Oh my goodness.
One cast, one fish. You want to measure that quick? It's only 25 and a quarter, guys. Don't freak out. It's only 25 and a quarter. No biggie. Thanks for playing. See ya.
I normally wouldn't switch after just one fish, but
Jig and minnow one take. Jigging wrap. Settle.
wow.
Let's do some fishing, boys. Let's do some fishing. Well, look who grabbed a minnow. One big fish, and he switches. Ye of little faith.
Hey, right before you said that, I did say it feels like a jig and a minnow day.
Randy still, he's got a shadow wrap, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's our depth?
26.
27.
Where are you seeing the fish, Randall?
Well, it was right underneath my wrap.
So Brandon,
So we
watch
tried going.
this.
So you do pop it.
I feel like it feels like a little mini hit. You just kind of, just to get it to jump a little bit, but then you got to hold it up there so that as it's falling, you can feel the tick. There you go. Do you notice it when it hits the bottom again? Do you feel that
That's
sensation?
what I'm having a hard time feeling since we're moving.
We're not moving.
We're spot locked?
Yeah.
Oh. I wake up and I'm not sure why I just woke up. But
Bear senses?
But my instincts are telling me something's not right. So I'm like half asleep and I start to hear and then scratching on the outside of the tarp. I've never been so scared in my life before. And I could barely even mutter the words. I'm like, Joe, there's something outside. And Joe grabs his gun outside of the tent, which is sitting in his shoe. I'm like, Joe, what do we do? Do we just start yelling? He's like, yeah. So we just started screaming at the top of our lungs, banging stuff together, clapping our hands, barking for like 30 seconds straight. Don't hear anything. And then all of a sudden we hear John.
Yeah.
How does that guy sound familiar? Is that your creek chub buddy?
Oh, that looks like Jeff, yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
How funny is that? That I just recognized his voice.
Yeah.
You think he's creek chubbing it?
He's pitching a jig, but I'm guessing he's got a chub down there too. I can't understand why we don't have a fish yet. Nice little school of white bass down there. We get to a spot with way more fish and we can't get bites. When's the window? You know you're standing in front of the camera, right?
Nope.
10:30 bite window.
That's when it'll happen.
That's my guess. Well, bite windows sure are a funny thing. We just left about 800,000 fish because we couldn't get one to bite. And now we found a spot that might have like 100 of them. And we'll see if they bite better. And then come back to the other one later. The fall seems to be so windowy too. Seems to be the most windowy season. Another strikeout on spot 3. Trying spot 4. Negative fishes. Why so negative? I suppose I'm supposed to have that answer, huh? Why am I asking other people?
Oh.
That might have been a little white bass or something. But he bit it one way or another. Well, what are we on? Spot 5? Let's call it spot 5. I had a break off first drop, so first legit bite we've had since the opening scene.
All right, Whistler jig.
I
said, all right, Whistler jig.
Whistler jig.
That's what these are called.
Yep.
Sure do produce in the boundary waters anyway.
Oh, did you use some up there?
Oh, yeah.
That's fun. Fish?
Yep. Oh, this could be good.
Good fish?
Yep.
Up shallow?
Fairly. Oh, no. Never mind.
What is that?
The bass.
Shoot. Bass or a goldeye? White bass?
White bass.
To the right? Shallow fish? What's your guess as to size? Do they look like white bass or walleyes? They do look okay, don't they? Pretty darty.
That I don't like to hear. Is it a pretty steep drop off of there?
There's like a stair step to it, you know, like so there's like a 5-foot drop and then another 5-foot drop. Fish that I see under the boat are very pancakey, but you can occasionally tell that they're there. And there's one out here. Oh, he came off. I had a backhand hook set on that. That probably didn't help. Dang it. That was a walleye. I'm imagining you weren't able to see that because my brother was sitting in front of the camera though.
My bad.
I'm gonna slide out like 3 clicks so they're on the inside of us. That was a good thump. You got a fish? On the jog? Walleye.
Decent walleye.
Lifter? Got him? Okay.
Hey.
2 walleyes.
Random man.
My goodness.
Bo Bandy. Was he up shallow or?
Right under the boat.
Oh, that's 15. 15 and a half. What part of the boat would you prefer to fish in?
That I don't like to hear.
You know you're standing in front of the camera, right?
That was some of the best fish in my life.
You know you're standing in front of the camera, right? You know you're standing in front of the camera, right? You know you're standing in front of the camera, right? Where's your lane? Where do you want to be?
Where would you like me to be?
I jogged out, so that straight back would be a really good option for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
I like the sound of that drag.
Got him.
Yeah. You got net.
Might be a white bass. He's acting a little squirrely. Yeah. See ya. Walleye, white bass. Decent walleye. 17 incher. How shallow was that? We found fishes. 17 and a quarter. 17 and an eighth.
Had to reel up to him.
It's a white bass. That's all I can seem to get in the boat here is white bass. 16 and a half. That was way off. So we missed both hooks. Randy's fish got off and then Brandon set the hook.
This has got to be a white bass.
Gotta be a white bass. That's a big one. Triple. White bass. Goodness sakes, white bass. Get out of here. Well, I'm happy we're catching fish here. At some point, I'm going to be curious as to whether or not I'm going to get any bigger fish here. We got a lot of white bass, and we have a 17-inch walleye.
Whew.
That was a funny bite. Assume that's one of the white bass. No, it's a little sauger. That was the weirdest bite ever. That was so bizarre. You got it in the chin. Okay. Ferocious little thing. You got a fish on there?
Yeah.
Ah!
I was like, wait a minute, why is there slack?
It's a gold eye.
Oh man. I was like, why is there slack on my line?
Very active spot though. Walleye.
There we go.
What you got?
Little, whatever it is, little walleye.
Okie dokie. Is that a jigging wrap? No.
Oh. Probably side hooked, but
Hard to say. Oh, there's a scale, yeah.
there's a scale. What kind of scale does that look like?
Looks like a carp to me.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a decent walleye. 17, 8. There's a fish.
Decent
Say
one?
button. Yeah, this feels heavier. It feels squirrely though. Like he's hooked funny.
Squirrely.
Like another snagged carp or something. Oh no,
Good walleye.
nice walleye.
Biggest one
Basically
here.
right under the boat. Too shabby. Probably 16 and a half.
Oh, that's 18 and a half.
18 and a half.
Heck yeah, measure that.
What?
That's 18. That's 18, bro.
17 and a...
If you fish a tail, that's an 18.
That's got...
I do.
Hey, that's a fish on a jig wrap, guys.
It is a fish on a jig wrap. White bass. That's all I can catch here is white bass. This is crazy.
Nice size.
Yeah. Oh, he's pooping in the boat. Now he's definitely going in the live boat. I kind of think we should go back there.
Yeah, I mean, we're not catching hogs here, so I'm game. Boy, that's a tank of a walleye they had.
That was a nice fish. Back to the scene of our morning failure.
Time for some redemption.
Redemption. Not marking as many fish as that were here this morning, but they didn't bite this morning, so I guess as long as they bite better, it should be better than it was. Hopefully we had a chance of catching a little nicer sized fish here.
What you seeing down there, Randanowitz?
In water though, so it's kind of hard to.
53 feet.
How is that pointed, or how does it work? So I got 36 on my graph. I never really knew where it, like, when it reads the depth, is it reading right below, or is it where it's pointed? I don't know how that works. I mean, there is a pretty big change, but I don't know that it's 53 in the front of the boat versus the back. It definitely drops really fast past the boat, I know that, but, and I tried to set up like as deep as the fish were and then had fish behind us shallower, so that's the idea anyway, that somewhere between the boat and behind the boat is where you want to go.
Holy
I got a good
cow.
one too, Brandon. This is acting really funny though. Oh, it's a side hook pike. What the heck? I think you just gotta like put in some time here, I guess. I don't know what else to do. Just keep jogging around and casting around. He's not holding up very high, is he?
It's a nice fish.
What's your guess?
25 at least.
25 at least? I know there's a lot of big fish here right now. We just need to get them to bite.
Drag eye here?
It's a big white bass again.
Oh,
It's an eater.
That's
Huge
all that
white
I've
bass.
caught ever since that first big walleye.
That's a huge white bass.
That's really big.
I think that was was that the twig that I threw? No, can't be.
Can't be that far away.
Keep that white bass.
I'm getting Brandon some food anyway.
No. State record?
Is that a record? In case the reference is lost on you, I had a video early this spring where I probably had pretty close to a state record white bass and didn't even think to measure it.
How long do you think it was?
The state record is now 19, I think, and mine was, I finally measured one and it was 18 and a half, I think. And I think I had one that was bigger than that the day before. But it never occurred to me that day, and then I went back that night, I'm like, what is the state record white bass? And I saw 18 and a half, but then I found a thing later that said it had been updated to 19. So there was a chance one of those fish was close, but it's also by weight, so I didn't weigh any of mine. Huge
Jeez,
gold
that's
eye.
a huge gold eye. State record
I've never
gold
seen
eye?
a gold eye that big. You want to net it? Looks a little heavy for your jig, yeah.
Talk about catfish bait, jeez.
Well, we're staying now. State record gold eyes on the line with state record white bass. You didn't even measure it. Oh, disappointing. We'll never know. Could have had your name in the record books. That is probably the biggest gold eye I've ever seen.
Yeah, I've never seen them that big before.
By a couple inches, I would say. That looks heavy. Be good. Be good.
Using 55 feet of water.
Well, I still don't think that thing's reading the right depth at all.
I think it is.
I disagree, but, well, yeah, but there you go. Nice fish.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. That's more like it.
He's choked.
He choked it.
What is that, like 22, 23?
I'd say 23 at least. You know, look,
That's a nice fish.
nice fish, Randy. Well, that's more like it.
Let's get a few more of those.
This is gonna be a walleye. Just not huge. Broke the streak. No longer a white bass. And you got Walleye.
15, 14.
That's on a jig, right?
That's on a jig, and I felt the thump.
Felt the thump, set the hook.
Set the hook. Yeah, that's heavier.
Good.
That should be 20. Ooh, okay,
Plus.
maybe.
Come on. Make my day.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's a big fish.
Big fish. That away.
Yes. That's by far my biggest jigging minnow fish.
There you go.
I felt the thump.
Felt the
I
thump,
felt the
and you set the hook. We keep messing that up.
Keep messing that up.
In the middle of my banana. Roll the camera. There you go.
All the cameras. All the cameras.
Well, everybody's got a nice fish today, at least.
Yeah, I got my 20 plus finally. Yes! Right underneath the boat again, too. Another nice one. No!
What?
No! I watched my jig hit the bottom, and then I saw the line start going.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm pretty sure I was on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And I closed the bail, and my pole started going like that. That was a big fish, I think. That's gonna haunt me. Shoot. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I will say the way you're describing that, it almost has a little catfish flavor to it, if that makes you feel better.
Okay.
But it also could have been a good walleye. Son of a biscuit. Back-to-back cast, huh? You must have a little pocket there. Felt heavier than the last one, huh?
Well, once I had the hook set,
Yeah.
he ran a bit, but then he just stopped me with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whew. All right, gotta be ready. And I set the hook on him good,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he was running.
Mm-hmm. It's
So-
hard to know what angle your line was compared to his mouth at that point.
Yep.
I wish we could have seen it.
Yeah. This is the day I need to get confidence with a jig for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want that fish back so bad. I mean, even if you accidentally, your coat ticks the end of your rod,
Yep.
you feel identical.
Yep. That's the one that always gets me. A boat flipper. Yep. Accurate. Our minnows?
You just spit it in
Or is
my
that
face.
that's smelt, isn't it?
Yes.
I've seen them before where they actually have some of my minnows in their stomach though, or their mouth. Got going here.
Doesn't feel huge. 16, 15.
Decent fish.
He thumped it and then he was there.
Just like you draw it up, huh?